Don't you get it, Sarah? Sending those kids back to me is like a time bomb, waiting to tear my family apart. Right now, my whole family is in turmoil.
Miriam, I am talking to you now and you will not ignore me.
That's not the point, Sarah. Don't make it look like I'm a devil without a conscience.
Inhumane? For arresting hoodlums who broke into my house?
They're not hoodlums.
Then what are they?
Broken was inspired by the fact that I looked around, I see people living lives, a lot of experiences, and I discovered the greatest influence on everybody is your environment. And sometimes when I look at the screen, I see people go through a lot and come out of it. I see people, there are different stratas of life, but these people have been shaped by their world. I wanted to do a film to contribute to the society. I wanted to do a film to touch life, to affect people, because for me, what inspires me is let people feel you, let people be touched by the fact that you know something or you have something. And when I looked around, what do I talk about? This time I said, okay, let me talk about child abuse. I had to do some research, got some gathered facts, and I came up with the movie Broken.
Broken is a training tool for all parents, for kids, those in school, those out of school, those right in the streets. It's a lecture tool, it's an experience. Everyone should expect to learn not just one thing, but so many things from the story Broken. It's a guide for all families. It's a guide for every kid, for every adult, for every adolescent.
We're in a society where a lot of things are being covered. We're too reluctant to talk about a lot of things.
Absolutely.
And this is the time. I mean, we're coming to a time where, shine the lights in the darkness and expose the darkness for what it is. And that's basically why I joined this project.
I would say the character in the movie, Broken, that I played, that was quite challenging, I would say. Miriam's a woman who's in love with her family, yet also has a lot of secrets she'd like to keep away from her family. Either because she loves them or because she's afraid of what they'll think about her. But she generally is a broken woman. Let me borrow the title of the film. She travels a journey of self-reconciliation, basically. She also, for a woman who's been married twice in her life, it's a woman who's been exposed to pregnancy at an early age. She deals with abandoning her children and now trying to keep a family together. It's almost two sides, should I say, two opposites. So the character has two sides to her, yet there's a thread that runs through her. She actually has love, but she has failed, and then on one hand she's succeeded, but then failure comes to meet success, and then she's trying to marry both of them together.
Maurice Idoko. I guess Maurice is absolutely subsumed in the way he feels for his wife and his children, and so you find him maybe the most subdued in the entire family. Just making sure that everyone is all right. It's a regular life for him. Go to work, come back at 5, eat dinner, watch TV, and then everything just goes out of sync with the appearance of these guys. So it's not surprising that he had difficulty dealing with the appearance of these people. Doesn't quite know what to do with them. So his primary concern is his wife just getting well, so that she doesn't lose her balance as well, and all that, and the impact on his home. He has difficulty dealing with all of that because it's so totally off terrain for him. It's so totally off track for him.
I played Sam. Wow, Sam is this calm and daring person. He's an emotional person, a goal-getter. He doesn't give up easily. He goes for whatever suits him, whatever floats his boat. It's a very challenging character, highly challenging. And it's something, it's a character that even till date, I'm still not out of it.
Ella, the character, it's a very challenging one. One character that I, for one, I dread a whole lot is somebody who had gone through a whole lot in life, a whole lot, say sexual harassment, abandonment, you know, and then having to go through life from the street to an asylum. In the middle of it all, she had a mental disorder, and then she landed in a family, a strange family, with the support from her brother, who really stood by her a whole lot.
From the first day I read of Eric, it blew my mind, you know. Looking at a young man who has lived all his life without his family, not in the company of some people he feels he wants to love, but in the company of people that he knows that those guys are heartless, you know. They don't love him. All they care about is what they want from him, right? You know, being born and dumped from childbirth at a refuse place, and growing up in an orphanage, and also becoming an armed robber, finally finding himself in jail. The character Eric is just cumbersome. It's encapsulating precisely.
The most challenging aspect of this movie is generally making the whole movie itself is the most challenging aspect of making the movie. Okay, I began with table casting. I did a few table casting, especially for the stars I brought into the movie, table casted them. Then I did an open audition and got actors on board. And my joy is that I got the best actors to shape the movie. A movie that didn't just parade a star, that doesn't just parade one star or two stars, but has stars unfolding. And that's what we had. We had big brothers who've been there, you know, people like Bimbo Manuel, Kalu Ikeago, we have Nse. These were great people on my set. The stars I had on this movie were great people, and they are great people. Why? They never gave me problem. I stand to say that. They never gave me problem. And for making my movie a better movie, I appreciate them.
Well, Broken is one of those good films, and working on the set was really wonderful, and I really had fun. Really practicing some things I've been wanting to do. It was fun. Working with not just any kind of filmmaker, but intelligent filmmaker, and somebody that knows filmmaking. This is not my first time working with him though. We've worked together and he's intelligent, not just a director. You know, as some directors I work with, at the end of the day, I'm angry. I'm not just happy because they don't know these things. Working with an intelligent director made me make my own work easy, because not everything I have to think about. He made a lot of work easy for me, and that's what you get with working with somebody that's intelligent and knows his work.
Working with other actors is an amazing experience. I think I willed the actors to me, let me put it that way. I've always admired Bimbo Manuel's work. I think he's an amazing actor, and he helped to bring Miriam to life. I think without his delivery, Miriam would have been dead. Miriam would not, you see, because the thing is, a tree cannot make a forest. So I think I took a lot off him, and being an experienced actor, he did help me along the line. And then Kalu Ikeago as well. I'd seen his work. We'd worked before together in a movie, but we never had any interactions, and this was the first time we actually had any form of interacting, and we played alongside each other. We were a very unlikely match. I think I said this as much as I said, I do not see anyone saying, oh, I'm going to cast Kalu and cast Nse. It happened, and I think the chemistry was good. I don't know, but I think we worked well together, and I think he brought it out in me. The director, he always took his time to explain every single scene. It started from the purpose down onto what he was hoping to achieve. I found that very, very, very understanding. He had a way of putting everyone together. There's a thread that runs through the crew, and it starts from the director. Some form of serenity, some form of calmness. Nobody lost it on set, which is funny. You'd never hear his voice, he'd never raise it, no matter what, would keep going. Would work, even up to the point where, you know, someone wants to cry, someone wants to break down. It would run as though nothing is happening. As though, you know what, we have to do this.
The crew were amazing. They were down to earth, they were friendly, they pushed you.
He inspired me a lot because in every scene, he made me give in my best. He brings out the best of you from his docile nature. He's a very humble person, and going with that characteristics, you don't have a choice but to be like him.
And he's really motivating, really pushing. He would help you, try and do it this way, try and do it that way, try it this way so you get it and make you feel real comfortable in the role he's giving you to play. So I would say it's a privilege working with the likes of.
I have so much respect for Wando, and it's basically because he's a man of vision. He makes films that they're like bringing reality to your doorstep, takes you out of your comfort zone and shows you like what people are actually going through out there.
What are you shying away from? What? Oh, you are ashamed of me. Just tell me you're ashamed of me and I will live your life forever.
What do you think you're doing? Someone, what do you think?
Don't you dare. Never. You won't dare. Not on your life. If I ever set my eyes on you again,